Jacks of all trades.
Masters of none.
I'm Dan,
I'm Roger.
and we are the Wayward Sons.
And it still sounds like we're casting a spell, and I'm still here for it.
Awesome.
So it's been a while, right?
It's been a while. Life.
But there was such a stream of news that it forced us back in.
It did force us back in. Really did.
Today we're going to be talking about all of the Marvel and Star Wars news, right?
Yes.
Strap in.
And how about that Mandalorian, right?
Oh, man. Should we also do a Mandalorian recap?
Why not? We can throw that in there.
Yeah, I got nothing else to do tonight.
Screw it. I don't really want to do spoilers.
All right.
Just cause it's respectful, I feel.
All right, so just general feel or the way I felt about spoilers, especially for like an ongoing like weekly show. Like I run a Star Wars Facebook group, and I give it a week. If you haven't seen the episode by the next Friday, then in my eyes, that's on them.
Then get on the train.
And we're like, how many weeks ahead? Like 7? What episode was it? Just this week? You saw the new one, right?
Yeah, I think we got like 2 episodes left, so I think we're like on. What did I tell you? Were there 10 or 12 episodes in last season?
I think 10.
Yeah, so I think 8. Like we're on like the newest one this Friday will be like episode 8 or something.
Either way, everyone's had a lot of time to watch these.
That is true.
I feel like some of the earlier stuff should be fair game.
Yes.
Like I don't think it's wrong to say that Ahsoka Tano's in it. Ahsoka Tano's no. Like I don't think
Ahsoka Tano is definitely in The Mandalorian, and it's dope.
And Boba Fett showed up like 3 episodes back.
Yep.
So it's not a spoiler to say he's there.
Facts.
So those are the 2 big things.
Yeah.
What did you think of Ahsoka Tano's live action debut?
It was a lot better than I was expecting.
Right?
What's her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson did an amazing job of portraying Ahsoka Tano. She really did. Like it felt like watching the live action version of the animated character, in my opinion.
I think I saw a thing like years ago where she was like fan casted. Like people wanted her to play it.
Yeah. I mean, well, she did a bomb-ass job of it, so.
And they were right.
They were right. Although the whole criticism with like her head horns and stuff like that, people like, it's just, listen, it's dumb. Get over it. They did that on purpose so that way it would make it easier for like stunts and stuff. Like
I don't think it's controversial to say that Star Wars fans are like the worst fans out of anyone.
The biggest fans of anything are the worst fans because they like to pick stuff apart.
Yeah. I just feel like no matter how great something is, they'll always find something wrong. Like people were upset with what's Baby Yoda's name?
Grogu,
of course, Grogu. People were upset, first of all, about the name Grogu, which I think is a great name. And then they were mad at him.
I mean, it's more unique than going with the whole Y name thing.
And people were upset with him for eating those eggs. Which obviously they don't have.
Listen, we don't know anything about his freaking alien race. For one, we don't.
And for 2, people that are mad at him for eating those eggs obviously don't have kids.
Yeah.
If people put anything in their mouth, they will eat anything, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
If a kid gets something in their hand, they're going to try and eat it. That's just what it is.
But I mean, we're also in the day and age where everyone's butthurt over everything, so.
True. Especially when it comes to Star Wars.
Yes. Especially over Star Wars.
But yeah, overall, I think great season. I feel like a lot of the dialogue has felt a little bit more generic than last season. If I was going to have one complaint.
I mean, I felt like it was good.
Yeah,
felt like it was all right.
It's definitely.
Although, like, in my opinion, like, it just felt like there were a lot more. I mean, I haven't watched the first season in a while. So like right now this season seems like there's more filler episodes than there were in the last season.
It's about the same.
Yeah. So like the whole episode with like that frog lady and her eggs and the ice planet with all the spiders, like
That was cool though.
it was a dope episode, but like total filler episode.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't mind. As long as cool stuff is happening, I don't mind the filler.
yeah.
It's like Supernatural. Like some of the best episodes are Monster of the Week episodes, you know?
That is true. Because after all, like
That's technically filler.
the original creators, like Eric Kripke, I believe, is the original creator, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Said originally, like I saw this somewhere, he originally didn't want angels or anything like that in the show. And I mean, I can understand that point of view because once he popped the whole angel can, like there was no ending to it. Because then the whole show became like, oh, angel this, oh, demon this, oh, demon angel this. Like,
and some of the angel stuff is the worst stuff.
Yeah. And like Dean Winchester famously says, angels are just dicks.
Angels
so,
dicks.
I mean, demons are just worse dicks. So,
speaking of the Mandalorian, do we want to jump into Star Wars first? I got all the.
Might as well continue down the track.
All right. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And in this time that we haven't recorded anything, Roger forgot how to count.
I did, yes. It's one of my many skills I lost in the past month or so. 10 new announcements. Well, some of them have been around, like the Cassian Andor thing and Obi-Wan. But 10 announcements for Star Wars, which is insane.
One that I'm super excited about.
I'm pretty stoked for about a few of these. Do we want to start? We'll start with whatever the one that is that you're excited about.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, you know what? I'm also excited. I heard 2 interesting things about Rogue Squadron.
Ooh, do tell.
I heard.
Which, by the way, did you see the teaser trailer for it?
I did not.
Yeah, there's a bunch of teaser trailers for all the Marvel and Star Wars stuff right now.
I think I saw maybe one. But the 2 things I heard about Rogue Squadron, I heard that it's not going to be based off of any video game or existing property. And I heard that their reasoning for making it is because whoever said this wanted to make the best like fighter plane movie.
Yes. So that's actually what the teaser is about. It's the director, her dad was in the Air Force. I guess. And she would go on to explain how seeing him jump in his jet and take off and fly was some of like the most exciting things like in her life, some of the most exciting memories. And she wanted to portray that on the screen, like an exciting, dramatic, pilot oriented movie. And she ended up with Rogue Squadron. She loves Star Wars and she loves this because of her dad, like piloting and stuff because of her dad. So like that's kind of what the teaser trailer is all about.
Well, I'm all for that because I feel like we've had like good like dogfight like sections. Like in Rogue One, there's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Just like sprinkled throughout the entire saga. We've had stuff.
Anything with Poe Dameron.
Anything with Poe Dameron.
Sequel series. He was a dope pilot.
But we've never had like a whole movie just focusing on pilots and what they're up to. So
right.
That'll be pretty good. The big question mark. Well, there's 2 question marks, but the main one is the Acolyte.
Right.
Do you have any insight on what that could
Nope.
Eventually be? Yeah, right?
I have no idea.
Like, I don't even know what time period.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the Acolyte may be briefly, like, I think I might have seen this somewhere. People are speculating that it is about Plagueis, Darth Plagueis, and a young emperor.
That sounds
That's what people are speculating. I
sounds
think.
tedious. I feel like if they wanted to have Plagueis, they should have made Snoke Plagueis. I feel like that. I don't have a lot of well, I do have some complaints about the sequel trilogy. You
I
know
have a
how I
lot
feel
of
about the sequel
complaints about
trilogy.
the
I like
sequel
it.
trilogy.
One of my main complaints is that they didn't make Snoke Plagueis.
Yeah, they should.
That would have been good. But no, I really hope that's not what it is. The symbol has like it's red and there's like a lightsaber slash through it. So it's definitely a Sith thing.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not that.
No? You're not looking for the Plagueis Emperor thing?
Nah.
I think it would actually be really cool. Is it a movie or is it a series?
I believe it's a series.
I think it would be pretty cool to have a series about Plagueis and the young emperor, and then the ending episode, the whole legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise, like the whole bit that Palpatine had with Anakin in that theater. Just that whole story, like actually what happened. Because like some of that, I mean, like, yeah, he told Anakin the story, but that's just from a certain point of view.
So do you think at the end of that series we'd get to revisit the weird jellyfish opera house?
Maybe.
I would not like that. I don't know.
The weird jellyfish opera house.
I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm over Sidious. I'm over it. I don't know. I'd rather see like a Revan or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think
but he's not even a Sith,
and
right?
a billion other people.
Is he a Sith?
He is.
I don't know.
Not a true Sith.
Okay. Is he an acolyte?
Maybe.
Isn't that like
Although if they're doing anything with Revan, they need to cast Revan as Keanu Reeves.
I saw, you know what? I saw some fan art. It wasn't Revan as Keanu Reeves. It was Keanu Reeves as Kanan.
Okay.
And then it has to do with the live action Thrawn.
Right.
And I think it was like Benedict Cumberbatch's Thrawn or something. But it was pretty sick. I'll send it to you later, or I'll add it into
Well, that actor from Bly Manor has been teasing people up and down that he could maybe possibly be Ezra.
The dad? Or the uncle?
No, the
I was thinking
Thrawn. What's his name?
Wouldn't the uncle make a good Thrawn though?
Yes.
The guy that was the dad in the first season?
Yeah. Although I don't know if he's got like the seriousness.
He's got Thrawn face though.
Yeah, but that's half the game, man.
So who did you say?
Oh, the cook from Bly Manor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been like apparently on his Twitter, like he's been teasing fans up and down that like he's the live action Ezra.
I'd be down for that. Remember when everyone thought that Benicio del Toro's character in
would be Ezra in the Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a giant disappointment.
And they thought that
because I mean, like I feel like that could have worked out. They
thought the crew of the whatever from Rebels turned
Ghost.
The crew of the Ghost turns into the Knights of Ren. They thought that Ezra
I did a little reading about the Knights of Ren. Basically, like they're a group that has a little bit of like they have a connection to the Force. Like they kind of like they are able to kind of use it.
Kind of like Donnie Yen from Rogue One.
Yes. So, but like they're basically space pirates. Like they do whatever they want to do.
See, that would have been cool if they said that.
Yeah.
Again, I like the sequels, but
giant issue with the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. But yeah, like they just did whatever it is that they wanted to do, and then Ben Solo kind of just was like, "Hey, came in. I think he killed their old leader and became their
Comic
new leader.
series,
Yeah. I think is what I read. I mean, I could be wrong on that fact, but he definitely, obviously, he became their leader. And then in the Rise of Skywalker, took them all out in 20 seconds by himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, in his sweater.
Yeah.
Again,
in a sweater. In a Star Wars sweater.
Yeah. Just an ugly Christmas sweater, just a Star Wars one. It's got like Darth Vader in a Santa hat. What do you think about the Bad Batch?
There is a teaser trailer for that.
I hate it.
Did you see it?
I saw the Bad Batch episode of Clone Wars.
Yes, it wasn't a great episode in my opinion.
Terrible.
However, I think this series could be pretty good. Because according to the trailer, it makes it look like they're not affected or like they don't have that chip in their head.
Yeah.
To execute Order 66. So then they are it looks like being hunted by the rest of the clone troopers after Order 66 because they're defying the orders.
I like the concept. It's just that episode was one of the most generic things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you have all of the characters of the Bad Batch based off of generic character designs. I mean, their leader's basically Rambo as a clone trooper.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I didn't feel like any of them were characters. It just felt like they were just poorly written.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I think the trailer makes it look like it's going to be pretty good, but we'll see.
It's Star Wars. I'm going to watch it.
Yes.
I mean, I watched the prequels, so I'd watch anything.
I mean, there were issues with prequels, no doubt.
Did you see that?
Not as many as the sequel trilogy.
Fennec. All right. You see that Fennec Shand or whatever her name actually is in Bad Batch?
Who?
The sniper from The Mandalorian that's working with Boba Fett. Fennec.
Oh, okay.
She's in the Bad Batch as an animated character.
Neat.
Yeah, I think she was in the teaser.
Huh. I missed it then.
I don't know if she's like.
I mean, she's not really a likable character for me, so.
Huh?
She's not really a likable character for me.
She was the voice of Mulan.
I mean, she was. You're not wrong about that. And she was also Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, the cavalry.
Sure.
They called her in the Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ahsoka's getting her own spin-off series, so that's probably where we'll see Thrawn and Ezra and all that.
Absolutely.
So, jog my memory, correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of Rebels, did she not go off with Sabine and the crew of the Ghost to find Ezra? Is that not what happened?
I don't know because I didn't watch Rebels all the way through. I only watched the good parts.
I feel like the ending was a part of the good part, though.
I mean, maybe. And when I say the good parts, I mean mostly just Darth Vader fighting everyone.
That one, 2 episodes in the temple with Ahsoka and Darth Maul and Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best episode.
Yeah, and that's only season 2 out of I think 5.
The first episode, you see Darth Vader when he comes in, he's just like a force of nature, and he's just like,
hello there, except the evil way.
Yeah. A bad force of nature. I can't think of I don't know, locusts, I guess. You know how Darth Vader's like locusts?
Yeah.
Bad forces of nature.
Yeah.
Rangers of the New Republic.
That, I believe, might be.
Garbage.
You think so?
Sure, it'll be fine. I don't have enough information.
I mean, I think the Andor series will be garbage because Cassian Andor, in my opinion, isn't really a likable character. None of those characters were really likable, in my opinion, which is why they all died.
K2SO.
Well, I mean,
Donnie
he's
Yen.
a droid. Who?
Donnie Yen, who also has a character name, which I don't remember, but he was also likable.
The blind guy.
The blind guy, yeah.
Donnie Yen. I didn't like him. There was nothing about him that made me like him.
Did you see when he did that kick?
Ooh, he did one cool kick.
He did
the entire movie.
I'm pretty sure. K2SO is going to be in the show, I'm pretty sure.
Good.
With Alan Tudyk, Leaf in the Wind, Firefly.
Sure.
You love Firefly.
Dude, I haven't watched Firefly in forever, and I don't know the actors' names.
The pilot.
Oh,
Alan Tudyk.
Was it?
I don't remember the character.
Zoe and
It's not important.
It starts with a W. Wash.
Wash, yeah.
Wash.
Thanks, Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a leaf in the wind, and he does the voice of K2SO, so.
I forgot he did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyway, that saves the show for me, just the fact that K2SO's in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If the show was just about Cassian Andor, I mean, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch all of it.
He was kind of a flat character.
Yeah, but that's why he needs a series, because then he has room to grow.
Everything I did was for the rebellion.
Yeah.
That's like his whole attitude, the entire
he's the guy that had to make hard choices for the right cause. That's interesting.
All the while being a douchebag the entire time.
Well, yeah.
I was literally just thinking of this the other day. Like, there's almost no distinguishing factors between the rebellion and the Empire.
I actually watched an episode of Film Theory about this, about how, like, after the Empire takes over, and there's, like, hints of it in The Mandalorian, or after the Rebellion takes over. Sorry, the New Galactic Republic.
Uh-huh.
That they're not that much better than the Empire was.
Yeah.
I mean, they're less tyrannical, but they can't really, like, enforce. I don't know. It's a good episode. The Film Theorist. Good episode. Go watch it. But
yeah, I mean, like, the Empire is like, hey, we're here. We're in control. This is our planet now because we know about you. And then the New Republic's like, hey, we're here. But, hey, you do you. But remember, we're here.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing. Except they're not leeching every single planet that they step on.
And also, they're not doing that. They're also not blowing up any planets, presumably.
To create fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Empire is definitely worse.
They are.
They
are definitely worse. But, like, when
we're not saying
the giant scope of everything, they're not much different.
I guess we'll find out in Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Cassian Andor.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be potentially maybe Cara Dune's solo kind of series.
I said that, and you said, and you disagreed with me.
Did I?
And now you're passing it off like it's your idea, and I don't appreciate that.
Yo, if it was your idea, it's your idea.
You said,
but like I totally just pulled a Timon moment. That's all.
I don't know,
like Timon and Pumbaa.
I'm familiar with the duo. I don't know what.
All the time, like Timon and Pumbaa will be like, oh, Pumbaa's like, he'll have the idea. And then Timon's like, yeah, no. And then like a second later, Timon's like, you know what? It has the same idea.
I do recall that, yes.
Yeah, see? That's all. I had a
Oh, but
Timon
it is
moment.
100% going to be a Cara Dune spinoff. They gave her that badge. So Hayden Christensen is back for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know you're very excited.
Yes.
I know a lot of people were like upset about that as well.
Yeah, they didn't like his acting.
Well, it wasn't his fault though, because the lines
George Lucas made him do that whole speaking sort of thing. That's the way Vader speaks.
Yeah, they wanted the Darth Vader cadence. Plus, a lot of the lines he had to work with, it's impossible to
garbage.
Like, try saying "I hate sand," and have it be convincing. Like, that's not his fault, and he's been in other things where he's really good.
Right.
And he's had like a decade or more of experience acting now. I feel like it's going to be great. I think he's going to do a great job. I'm excited to have him back.
Me too.
I think it's going to be awesome. My question is, so in the movies, it seems like they don't interact in between episode 3 and episode 4.
Correct.
So I'm wondering, like, if he's going to be like haunted by the memory of Anakin and have like visions and stuff, like guilt visions, or if they're actually going to like, if it's going to be Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
Well, Hayden Christensen is definitely getting back in the suit. So from what I understand, there is going to be a rematch of sorts between them. So they're going to see each other and they're going to duke it out. Obviously, neither one's going to die or anything like that. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, if that happens, I would be...
To me, that is a better story than... I think there were rumors a little while ago that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, like, the main bad was going to be Darth Maul.
See, that wouldn't make any sense because canonically, like, they meet up again in Rebels.
Yeah.
And have their little duel and Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul.
Correct.
So it wouldn't really make sense to have them interact.
Exactly. And that was my major problem with that.
The only dialogue you get, well, no, there's 2 pieces of dialogue from A New Hope. The first thing he says is, when he senses Obi-Wan, he's like, oh, I haven't felt this present since, and then just kind of walks away. So that could be since that time after episode 3 where we met and we fought again.
Uh-huh.
But the time after that, he's like, last time we met, you were the master and I was the apprentice.
See,
I don't know.
I always thought after seeing the prequels that he was actually sensing Luke instead of Obi-Wan.
You think?
Yeah, like maybe he was getting sort of a feeling of Padme. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
From Luke.
You know, I had never considered that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she was pregnant with Luke and Leia at that time.
I mean, at the time.
But that also doesn't coincide with, he obviously, like, within the first 2 minutes of the film, was face-to-face with Leia and didn't feel the same feeling.
True.
So.
True, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I always just thought like he was sensing like Luke because I always felt Luke was more in tune with his Force abilities than Leia was.
Well, at the time the movie came out, he was definitely talking about Obi-Wan because it wasn't even decided that he was his son yet at that point.
Right, exactly.
So he was definitely like originally talking about Obi-Wan for sure. But I do like what you're saying though. Because anytime you have Darth Vader thinking about Padme, I think that's a win. Yeah. Like anytime there's like in the comics a Padme flashback with Darth Vader or something, and you get to the humanity of him, I feel like that's a win every single time.
Yeah.
So I hope we see more of that in the future.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the dark mechanical shell that is Vader.
Bring Natalie Portman back.
No,
bringing her back in Thor. Bring her back in Star Wars. Natalie Portman's Second Coming. Black Swan 2. Back in the Habit. Coming 2023.
I don't know about that, but Sure. I'm not going to deny it, but sure.
She's gonna be Thor. That's a reality.
God,
We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. Natalie Portman's having a renaissance, and she deserves it, I think. Lando is getting a movie or a series.
Yes.
So I'm assuming, because there was that weird moment at the end of Rise of Skywalker with him and I can't remember a single Star Wars character's name today, but you know that woman that was also a stormtrooper and she was riding the space horse with Finn?
No.
And at the end of the movie, she's like, Lando, are you my dad? They don't say that, but it's heavily implied.
Oh,
and they're like, hey, let's go find out where you're from.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what the Lando series and or movie is going to be. Right? Like, because why else would they have
I was kind of hoping that it would just be some kind of wild, wacky adventure with...
Well, it is going to be wild, wacky adventure.
With, what's his name, who played young Lando?
Oh, Donald Glover?
Yeah.
You know, I recently started watching The Community.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm full in for some Donnie Glover. I think
that's what I was thinking. Like, how much more story does old Lando have?
They have to find out where that girl is from. Exactly.
But do they, though? Story. I feel like something like that could be covered in one of their Star Wars comics.
Yeah, I mean, anything could be covered in a comic. I don't know. I hope it's Donald Glover, but I have a feeling they're going to do that.
All right. I'll believe you.
Otherwise, why would they have that weird moment at the end of that movie?
Because the sequel trilogy was full of weird moments like that. Because they had no scope of where they were taking the story. But moving on.
All right.
You can't even deny that. So
no, I was thinking of how far I want to take that conversation, and I decided not very far. Because this is going to be a long one because there's a lot of news. So we're just going to save that for another day. We're going to have that debate at some point. There's a lot of buildup now. There's two more because we already talked about the Andor movie or series. There's something called Visions, and then there's something called A Droid Story.
Yeah, I think the Droid Story is just going to be like a kids animated something or other.
Probably, yeah. Kind of like because they used to have an animated C-3PO R2-D2 cartoon.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so it'll probably just be an updated version of that. Visions, I feel like, and I think it was announced what it is, I just didn't catch what it was. I feel like it's different directors doing like shorts, I believe. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if that's true or...
And I have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Because I forgot it existed until you literally just said it.
But it's more Star Wars, and I'm excited for it. So are you concerned or excited, or you don't think this is happening, that Star Wars is pretty much becoming like the MCU, where it's going to have a bunch of interconnecting, like shared universe, especially with like the Mandalorian and Ahsoka and the new Galactic Republic thing? Like those are all going to be a connected series, and I think they're even having like a joined finale episode.
Yeah, they did say something about that.
So, do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's both. There's plenty to be excited about because Star Wars is such a vast topic.
The whole galaxy.
There's a whole galaxy of stories that you could literally tell, which is basically infinite. So in that, right, it's super exciting because it's Star Wars. You're getting more Star Wars.
Exactly. More Star Wars. I'm there for it.
But on the other side of that coin, it gets a little more tricky when you start interconnecting stories.
Yeah, I think it depends.
That was a major turnoff for me with the whole Arrowverse thing.
I love the Arrowverse.
The Arrow series was much better without any of that, in my opinion.
I disagree. Topic for another day.
A topic for another day.
I think it depends on how well they do it, because it could turn out to be an MCU, which is like very well connected and comprehensible, or it could turn out like a DCEU, where it's a complete. And I'm sorry if I'm alienating anyone listening, but the DC movies it's a train wreck. Like
100%.
They didn't do it right.
I saw parts of the trailer of the new Wonder Woman. I'm like, this doesn't even look good.
Yeah, I mean,
the
it's
best part
fine.
about this entire movie is literally Gal Gadot, and that's the only reason to go see the movie.
She's great. I feel like,
I mean, debatedly, her movies are the best out of all of them.
Well, so Aquaman and Shazam were actually pretty okay.
I didn't see either one.
And Man of Steel is also fine.
I did love Man of Steel. It was
fine.
A great movie. Henry Cavill as Superman is the best.
Just anytime, for some reason, anytime, and we could do a whole episode on this, but anytime they try and do anything shared, it turns into a complete wreck. Like all of the solo movies, fine. But then they try and make like a team-up movie with Suicide Squad, complete disaster. Justice League, complete disaster. Batman versus Superman, complete disaster.
See, to me, it seems like they don't all sit down and create a storyboard. Like, okay,
I don't know.
this is where you want to put your story and start your story. And by the end of your story, you want to end up here. So,
make a plan.
Exactly. And it seems like they don't make a plan at all. Like, they're like, oh, we want this to happen in this movie. And then we want this to happen in this movie. And then we want this to happen in this movie. So how can we tie these movies together?
They didn't do it.
That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work.
I don't know what they thought was going to happen.